Do you have any questions?
Goi Sensei, why is it that you can clearly perceive a person's character and behavior just by hearing his or her name? And how is it that you also know whether the person is alive or dead?
This is rather hard to explain, but let me try to give you an explanation that is easy to follow. For me, the person's name does not matter. When an inquirer starts to convey a person's name to me, I instantly connect with that person's mind. To explain it further, this world is made up entirely of light waves and thought waves. Each individual lives surrounded by his or her thought waves. For example, a person called Ms. A lives in the midst of thought waves that she has been transmitting since past lifetimes. Ms. A interacts with people and things that in some way relate to either the direct or indirect causes of her own past thoughts. Each individual has his or her own particular world, and lives in that world while interacting with others to the extent that the parties have causative connections with each other. The world of thought waves is called the subconscious world, and when we are speaking of an individual it is called the subconscious body. Each individual's thought waves and behavioral waves are depicted in his or her subconscious body. Those waves are constantly observed in my mind at the moment when the inquirer starts to convey that person's name to me. The reason why I can observe those waves is that, at that moment, I can empty my mind of all thoughts. My mind being empty, the character and destiny of Ms. A, depicted in her subconscious body, are projected into the emptiness. This is because emptiness is the same as expansion to the dimensions of the universe. Since Ms. A, who is a microcosm of the universe, lives in my mind expanded to the size of the universe, everything about her becomes clear to me. Even if the inquirer and Ms. A have never met, the result is the same. Why is the result the same? Let me explain the principle behind it. The fact that the inquirer and Ms. A have never met refers only to the physical world. The fact that the inquirer is asking me about Ms. A indicates that there is some sort of relationship between them from past lifetimes. If you have no connection with another person from past lifetimes, that person's name will never reach your lips. I can search for Ms. A through this tiny indication. When I have gotten to know about Ms. A, I do not tell the inquirer all that I have learned. I only convey what he or she truly needs to know. In the case of marriage, I determine whether it is a good match or not after ascertaining the congeniality of the man's and the woman's characters and their karmic relationship from past lifetimes. Suppose a man and a woman who were hostile to each other in previous lifetimes are born in this world retaining intense grudges from the past. Even if, at the conscious level, they were in love and got married, once they were married, thoughts and feelings accumulated in their subconscious minds, carried over from past lifetimes, would start to appear on the surface, naturally rising to the conscious level through the karmic law of natural rotation. Then the couple would gradually start struggling with each other and it would lead to a big tragedy. When couples with such karmic connections come to consult with me on their intended marriage, no matter how they and the people around them might feel that they seem, on the surface, to be a good match, I flatly oppose the marriage. As a result, they sometimes bear a grudge against me, but this cannot be helped. When I am asked to mediate the conflicts between such people after marriage, it is not unusual for me to recommend their divorce unless they have an especially large number of children. For couples in this situation, even if one tries to orient them toward respecting each other, in many cases the karmic connections are so deeply rooted that it would be utterly difficult for them to respect each other in this world. When religious leaders who do not know this principle try to force couples to respect each other, emphasizing the importance of harmony, the more time goes by, the more difficult it becomes for the couple to sever their karmic interaction, and finally there could be killing or wounding. If it is firmly fixed that once a couple gets married they can never be parted, the opportunities for human deliverance will be narrowed because there are such cases. True harmony exists when the right person is placed at the right location, and when the most suitable man is brought together with the most suitable woman. I hope that, in the future, there will be more and more people who can truly sense these matters and give good guidance to others. I believe that people who always thank their guardian divinities and spirits and ask for their protection will certainly be provided with a good spouse. In any case, it is best to always emanate bright thoughts.